Hello everyone, welcome to another video by Sapience Education. In this video, I will be teaching you how to solve a quadratic equation by using quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is when you have a quadratic equation in the format ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, and the value of x is minus b plus or minus square root of discriminant divided by 2a, where the discriminant is b square minus 4ac. Discriminant is useful in differentiating the nature of the zero of the equation or nature of the root of the equation. So quadratic formula can also be written as minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now this discriminant part is very useful because the discriminant part is always present inside a square root. So if the discriminant is greater than 0, then the entire thing will be a real number, and also it will be unequal. X can have two values. X can have two different values by adding the discriminant square root of discriminant and by subtracting the square root of discriminant. And if the discriminant is greater than 0, then the values of x, both the values of x will be definitely different. But if the discriminant is equal to 0, then the square root of 0 is also 0, which means you have minus b by 2a as the only value of x. So x is real, it is still a real number, minus b divided by 2 is real number, and it is also equal. Both the value of x will be equal. What happens if discriminant is less than 0? In that case, again plus or minus will be there because discriminant is less than 0. So plus or minus two different values will be there. So x is unequal, but it is not real as well, because if discriminant is less than 0, discriminant is a negative number, and discriminant is present inside a square root, and inside a square root if you have a negative number, then that number is called as a imaginary number. So if discriminant value is less than 0, value of x will be imaginary and unequal. This is all that you are supposed to know to use this formula. To get the value of x from the general form, we can directly apply the values and get the values of x. We will solve some questions now based on this. First, to use the quadratic formula, we need the equation in the standard format. So let us bring it into the standard format. We will start by cross multiplication. So x minus 2 minus x divided by x into x minus 2 equal to 3. Now I will take the denominator to the right hand side, and left hand side will be x minus 2 minus x equal to 3 into x minus 2. X minus x is 0, so left hand side has only minus 2. Then we have 3x into x, so that is 3x square. Then we have 3x into minus 2, so that is 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. And x, let's rearrange it by taking minus 2 to right hand side. We can write it as 3x square minus 6x minus 2 to the other side will go as plus 2 and equal to 0. Now we got the standard form. Now let us apply the quadratic formula. X is equal to minus b, so minus of minus 6 plus or minus square root of b square, so that is minus 6 square, and then minus 4 into a into c divided by 2 times a. A is 3. Now let's simplify. Minus into minus, plus 6 plus or minus square root of 6 square is 36 minus 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24, divided by 3 times 2 is 6. Let's rewrite it in a different page. Value of x is 6 plus or minus square root of 36 minus 24. 36 minus 24 is 12. And denominator is a 6. The value of x can be written as 6 plus or minus 12 is 4 into 3. So we can take the 4 alone outside the square root. So we can write it as 2 into root 3 divided by 6. Now both of these terms have a 2 common. So let's take the 2 common outside. 2 into 3 plus or minus root 3, and the denominator is 6. If we cancel with 2, we will get the value of x as 3 plus or minus root 3 divided by 3. The answer to this question is 3 plus or minus square root of 3 by 3. Let's solve one more question. Again, first we should start by simplifying it to the general form. This equation can be written as by cross multiplication x square minus 1 by x equal to 3. Let's take the x to the right hand side. So x square minus 1 equal to 3x. Let's take 3x to left hand side. X square minus 3x minus 1 equal to 0. This is the equation. We can apply the quadratic formula in it. So x is equal to minus b. So minus b is minus 3 plus or minus square root of b square. So minus 3 square minus 4 into a. A is the coefficient of x square, which is 1 here. C is minus 1 divided by 2a, and 2 into 1 is 2 only. Minus into minus plus 3 plus or minus square root of 3 square is 9. 9 minus minus 4, because inside we have a minus, outside we have a minus. So minus into minus plus 4. And the denominator is 2. 3 plus or minus square root of 9 plus 4 is 13 divided by 2. This is the answer for the second question. Now in this question, we have the equation already in the general form, which means we can apply the formula directly. X is equal to minus b. So minus of minus root 3 plus 1. So minus b plus or minus square root of b square. Square of a negative number is positive, so I'll just write it as a positive number. Root 3 plus 1 whole square minus 4 into a is 1 and c is root 3 divided by 2 into 1, 2. Now we have minus into minus root 3, so that is sorry, minus into minus, which is plus. So root 3 plus 1 plus or minus square root of root 3 plus 1 whole square can be expanded by using a plus b whole square formula. A plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. So we will use it. Root 3 square plus 1 square plus 2 root 3 minus 4 root 3 divided by 2. This is equal to root 3 plus 1 plus or minus square root of root 3 square plus 1 square plus 2 root 3 minus 4 root 3 will be minus 2 root 3, and the denominator is 2. Now, inside the square root, we are having a square plus b square minus 2ab now. Previously we had a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now it is become in the format a square plus b square minus 2ab. So we can rewrite it as root 3 minus 1 whole square. The value of x is root 3 plus 1 plus or minus inside the square root a square plus b square minus 2ab can be written as a minus b whole square. So root 3 minus 1 whole square, and the denominator is still a 2. X is equal to root 3 plus 1 plus or minus root 3 plus 1. Root 3 minus 1, sorry about that, divided by 2. Now x can have two different values when this is plus and when this is minus. So let's calculate both of them individually. Root 3 plus 1 plus root 3 minus 1 divided by 2, and in this case root 3 plus root 3 is 2 root 3, plus 1 minus 1 is 0 divided by 2, 2 cancel, x is equal to root 3. Now in the other case, x is equal to root 3 plus 1 minus root 3 minus 1 divided by 2. So this is root 3 plus 1 minus into root 3 minus root 3 minus into minus 1 plus 1 divided by 2, plus root 3 minus root 3 will be 0, plus 1 is 2. So 2 by 2, which means x is equal to 1. The solution for this question is value of x are root 3 and 1. One more question. Let's apply the quadratic formula directly. X is equal to minus b. Again, minus of minus will become plus. So root 2 plus 1 plus or minus square root of b square. So root 2 plus 1 whole square minus 4ac. So 4 root 2 by 2. This is equal to root 2 plus 1 plus or minus square root of root 2 square plus 1 square plus 2 root 2 minus 4 root 2 divided by 2. This is equal to root 2 plus 1 plus or minus square root of root 2 square plus 1 square, and just like the last question, plus 2 root 2 minus 4 root 2 will become minus 2 root 2, and we can write it as root 2 minus 1 whole square. This is what I'm going to do in the next step. Root 2 plus 1 plus or minus square root of root 2 minus 1 whole square divided by 2. Root 2 minus 1 whole square is under a square root, so we can remove the square root now. So value of x is root 2 plus 1 plus or minus root 2 minus 1 divided by 2. So we can write it in two different ways. Root 2 plus 1 plus root 2 minus 1 by 2, or we can write it as x is equal to root 2 plus 1 minus root 2 minus 1 by 2. And in this case, root 2 plus root 2 is 2 root 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. Denominator is 2. So x is equal to 2 cancels. X is equal to root 2. And in this case, root 2 plus 1 minus into root 2 minus root 2 minus into minus 1 plus 1 divided by 2. Root 2 minus root 2 is 0. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 by 2 is again 1. X is equal to 1. Answer to this question is root 2 or 1. So I hope with these 4 examples you understood how to solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. If you have any more doubts, feel free to discuss in the comment section below. Thank you.